Time for one more yet fun and exciting mathematical video. So if you want to grab your note paper, let's get this ball rolling. Here is what we got. Actually, you don't have to grab your paper because Ms. Kinzel has the notes that you are going to do. There should be two pieces of note paper that make sure you have on one top of one piece it's going to say qualitative or quantitative, and on the other one it's going to say line plots. So make sure you have both of those because we will use both of those for our today's little meditation in math. But we're going to start with the one that says qualitative or quantitative. So make sure you have that in front of you, and we will talk about those things. And this goes along with investigation number 4 in your books. It's about data, and data just simply means information, collecting information, getting information, just information. That's what data is. Information. And you just simply need to write this down. We have two different ways of types of information that we can collect. One of them is qualitative, and that comes from the word quality. You can see it there, quality. And when you ask qualitative data, okay, you are talking about things like what kind or what color, what kind or what qualities does something have? You know, what color, how tall. Well, that could be quantitative because that's a number as well. You know, those sort of things. Quantitative is how many. It's a quantity. How many of something you have. It's a quantity. And just to try to give you a little taste of what that is, if you go down on the bottom of your sheet there, we'll just ask. The question is, are these things qualitative or quantitative? Are they asking you what kind, or are they asking you how many? So Mr. Jagdish, how'd you like to have that name, collects 50 bags of clothing for a clothing drive and counts the number in each bag. Okay, if you are counting, you are asking how many, and that would be quantitative. Quantitative. How many? For 1 hour, Carlos notes the color. Color, what kind? So that is qualitative. If it's what color, it would be qualitative. What qualities does it have? Number 3, Sharon rides a school bus home after school. For 2 weeks, she measures the time the bus takes. Okay, time. Time is a number. It's how much. This would be a quantity or quantitative. Number 4, Bridget asked each student in her class, which is your favorite holiday? What kind is your favorite holiday? What kind? Not how many. She didn't say how many of you like Thanksgiving. She said, which of these is your favorite? So this would be a quality. So it's qualitative. Scroll down just a bit here, just a couple, one more. Marcelo asked each player on his Little League team, which major league team is your favorite? And which team do you like the least? Now notice, Marcelo did not ask how many. It asked you which are your favorite. That is a quality. That is a quality. Which team do you like? Okay, so that is qualitative. And we'll have a little more of this maybe some other time, qualitative. Boom, boom. So that's all that that's what the first part of your notes will be, not very difficult there. Now the second part, if you grab your next sheet, still deals with data. But this is under line plots, and they will ask you lots of stuff, and they'll ask you to make line plots and read line plots. So it's good to know this And this is using, again, data, and this is ways to organize data. Organize your data. Because data, if there's just numbers all over the place, I mean, if you look down here, this question, how many hours a week do you spend watching TV? Today, we'd probably change that to, you know, do you spend on a device, on your cell phones or on your iPads or playing games or whatever here, okay? This is quantitative because it asked how much. And as you look at these numbers here really don't mean a whole lot because they're not necessarily organized. Actually, they're organized a little bit because somebody did put them in order from least to greatest, but they're not super organized. And that's what a line plot is going to do for you. A line plot, if you look down here, I'm going to have to make this a little smaller so I can see both things here. Maybe a little smaller, maybe a little bigger. All right, when we talk about line plots, here is what they look like. It's a way to organize. And again, the question was, how many hours a week do you spend watching TV? And when you ask to do a line plot, just like it says, the first thing you do is you draw a number line. Here's my number line. And notice on my number line, I have all of the numbers. You know, I go from 0 to 15 as far as how many hours people watch TV, and my number line also goes from hours 0 to 15. And it's a pretty simple thing. You can either put X's or you can put dots, but you put an X or a dot for each one of these entries up here. So for example, I have one person, this 1 0 here, so I'm gonna use X's. So I put 1 X at 0. I have 2 1s, so I put and I stack 1 X on top of the other. There's 2 X's. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 X's above the 2s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4s. 2 5s. 2 6s, 4 7s, 1, 2, 3, 4 7s, 3 8s, 1, 2, 3, a 10, a 12, and this dude here, he spends way too much time in front of TV. And this, ladies and gentlemen, right here is your line plot. Okay, to plot something, it kind of means you make marks for whatever it is here. And this organizes our data just a little bit here. So you can kind of see, when you look at line plots, you know, you kind of look at where you see the most X's stacked on top of each other. And, you know, you could kind of see what we call a cluster there, where most kids, just hours a week, most kids are spending between 2, 3, and 4. I mean, you could count how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, there's 15 of the, I'm not sure how many total kids we had here. We could count 15 there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's 17 more after the 15. So you had 32 kids. You know, 15 of them spend between 2, 3, and 4 hours in front of the television there. So again, line plots are just a way for you to organize data, and then you can kind of see, you know, what that data represents, what it means, different ways to read it. The book will maybe ask you questions about that sort of thing. So that is pretty much the whole thing on line plots. Make sure you get both of these and put them in your notes. Make sure they're alphabetized, and then you have a little bit more to do with some IXL stuff when we're done here. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a wrap. So enjoy the rest of your day.